Welcome to Kognito Key, where we unlock complex topics and make them simple. Today, we're diving into a fascinating concept that powers so much of our world, often without us even realizing it.
So, what if a piece of metal could actually remember? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, doesn't it? But it's a very real phenomenon, and it's working behind the scenes all around us.
A piece of metal with a memory? It really does sound a bit out there, but this is real science, and it's called residual magnetism. So what exactly is it? Let's break it down.
Okay, so in simple terms, residual magnetism is the magnetic afterglow that stays in a material even after you take the magnet away. A great way to think about it is like the warmth left on a sofa cushion after someone gets up. The person's gone, but you can still feel the trace of their presence. That's kind of what this magnetic memory is like.
So, how do we create this memory? Well, when you bring a strong magnetic field near a piece of metal, all these tiny magnetic parts inside it start to snap to attention and line up, kind of like soldiers falling into formation. Eventually, they all point the same way, and the material can't get any more magnetic. We call that point saturation. So now we've basically stored a magnetic charge. But what happens when we take that external force away? You'd probably expect everything to just snap back to how it was before, right? But it doesn't. The magnetism level drops, for sure, but it never quite gets back to zero.
And that is the whole idea. That little bit of leftover magnetism, that ghostly echo, that is residual magnetism. The material is literally remembering the magnetic field it was just in.
Now, two key things tell us how strong this memory is. First, you've got retentivity. Think of this as the material's ability to hold on tight to that magnetism, like having a really strong grip. Then there's coercive force. That's how much opposing force you need to apply to completely wipe that memory clean. So materials with a strong grip and a high resistance to being erased, well, those make for great permanent magnets, like the ones on your fridge.
So it's clear that different materials can remember and forget in different ways. And just like sound echoes can be measured, scientists have figured out really precise ways to measure these magnetic echoes too.
They've got a few key tools for this. One is called CERM, and it's kind of like testing a bucket to see the absolute maximum amount of water it can possibly hold. It measures the material's total magnetic memory capacity. Other methods are more specialized, designed to study tiny magnetic particles, like the ones you'd find in ancient rocks. This actually helps geologists understand what Earth's magnetic field was like millions of years ago.
Pretty amazing.
But what if you don't want the material to remember? What if this leftover magnetism is actually a problem for what you're trying to build? Can you erase it? Oh, absolutely. Engineers have a whole toolkit for this. It all starts with choosing the right material. Some, like hot-rolled steel, are just naturally less sticky with their magnetic memory. After that, they can carefully play with electrical currents or use a very slow, gradual process to gently guide the material back to a neutral, forgotten state. So we can create it, we can measure it, and we can even erase it. But why does this all matter? Where is this hidden memory actually at work in our day-to-day lives?
Well, this isn't just some lab curiosity. It is the secret ingredient in our modern world. Take the huge transformers that manage our electrical grid. They completely depend on this magnetic memory to work efficiently and keep our lights on.
And what about the electricity itself? Without a tiny bit of residual magnetism in their cores, the massive generators that power our cities couldn't even start up on their own. It's the tiny spark that gets the whole engine going.
It's also critical for the very things that move us. From a simple fan cooling your room to the powerful motor inside an electric car, the principles of residual magnetism are absolutely fundamental to how they all spin. So you see, from our power grids to our cars, this tiny memory inside a piece of metal is this quiet, invisible workhorse making it all possible. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? With this incredible property of nature, what will we teach it to remember next?
Thank you for joining us on Kognito Key. If you found this explainer helpful for unlocking the secrets of magnetism, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.